Hi, it's Tawny with the Kinsman Free Public Library, and I thought I would share some really cool YouTube channels that I have found and have enjoyed myself. We all know YouTube can be a fantastic resource for learning new things and also losing track of time. So I thought, why not show channels that are both educational but time eaters? And since we're all probably most likely definitely cooking a little bit more at home or maybe experimenting with new hobbies like baking, these channels might just come in handy. So the first one we are going to talk about is Preppy Kitchen. The owner's name is John. He also runs a blog, which is any of these these content creators who have blogs and websites. I am going to be including those links in the description so that you can also easily find them and take advantage of these recipes they're sharing. He specializes primarily in baking. He makes all kinds of recipes, usually super fancy looking recipes, but simply made so that anyone can recreate his recipes and look like you've been baking for the last 30 years of your life and you were trained by the best, most fantastic French baker in the whole world. Some of his videos include edible cookie dough, chocolate eclairs, chocolate cupcakes. He's got a bunch of icing videos, American buttercream, which is just, for most of us, is just normal buttercream, Swiss meringue buttercream, Italian meringue buttercream, and then French custard buttercream, which are all super fantastic. I don't think I've made a traditional normal American buttercream since finding his channels and using the meringue ones because they are so tasty and they're so light that it doesn't feel like you're going to lose a tooth every time you eat a cupcake or a slice of cake. He also does decorating videos to show you how he makes his flowers or how to make bunnies or any other kind of technique that you might be interested in. Ombre cakes, snow globes, all sorts of really cool things. He usually has a video or a recipe on how to make them. As you can see, here's one of his Christmas cakes, which are so cute. But he's also, much like everybody we're going to talk about today, he's very laid back and very upbeat and friendly. So it doesn't feel like you're watching an expert talk down to you or pretend like you should already know how to do this technique. He comes at you like he's your best friend and you've known him his whole life and he's teaching you how to bake with him. It's really a lot of fun to watch. The next one is Cupcake Gemma. Cupcake Gemma owns a cupcake store in England, and she primarily specializes in cupcakes, but she also will include decorating tips and teach you how to pipe with buttercream, or how to use royal icing in cookies, or how to even make some things like certain cake recipes, or she's got a whole tutorial on how to make macarons, which are not the coconut cookies, but the really cute French cookies that come in bright colors, and they're like little sandwich cookies. They're kind of crunchy on the outside and super soft on the inside. Really, really yummy. They're like my favorite cookie, and she actually has a tutorial on how to make them, because they're kind of a trickier cookie. So here are some of her videos that she gives: how to make rainbow cakes, the macaron masterclass, buttercream masterclass, how to make perfect buttercream. So she's got a lot of really, really great videos if you're into making cupcakes. Next is a channel I literally just found. It is Bigger Bolder Baking. Her videos are a lot of fun, and she primarily seems to enjoy mug recipes. Like, she's got like dozens of mug cakes or mug macaroni and cheese or mug pizza, which are just kind of that trend of making normal baked goods or normal food in a coffee cup. So she's got a ton of recipes specifically for that, which could be great if you're trying to teach a high schooler how to cook, or if you are a high schooler trying to learn how to cook, but you don't want to make huge portions of food, or if you're in college and you just want a tiny bit of macaroni and cheese, or you really only need a cupcake. She's got you covered with her recipes. Next, we have someone that I also just found. His name is John Kirkwood. John Kirkwood is primarily a baker. He specializes in bread. So he's got all these great bread recipes for baguettes and brioche. And if you've ever had a brioche or some really fancy French toast, or you've ordered fancy French toast from a restaurant, they usually will say it's brioche. And all brioche is a really buttery, eggy, super soft, rich bread that can be a little tricky to bake. And he offers a tutorial on that, as well as a whole bunch of other delicious bread recipes. Rolls and cakes and all kinds of super tasty stuff. Next, we have Joshua Weissman. I don't know why I keep calling him John. That's horrible. I actually follow his channel. But Jonathan will be all over the place. He will do baking, he'll do cooking videos, and he breaks it down simply and easily and kind of makes even the hardest of his recipes feel pretty attainable. And he's got a fantastic, very different sense of humor. And then lastly is Tasty. Tasty is owned by BuzzFeed, but their recipes are incredibly easy. They're almost designed specifically for people who might not be the best of cooks to make. They also, kind of like Food Network, will do different TV show or YouTube shows around cooking. So they'll have one guy who makes giant versions of food, or people who will take food ingredients like Cheetos and they have to make it fancy. So they have to somehow find a way to make Cheetos a gourmet meal. So these are all super fun. But these are just also the tip of the iceberg. See, here it is. Can the chef make Flamin' Hot Cheetos fancy? Can she make canned ravioli fancy? And she usually nails it. I love her little show. It's really cute. You have to give it a shot. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Sorry. There's so many others. I didn't bring up Binging with Babish, which is also a ton of fun. He takes the TV show and movie foods and shows you how to make them. Or Emmy Made in Japan, who likes to dissect vintage recipes or Depression era recipes or internet recipes and recreate those. There are so many really good baking channels on YouTube or cooking channels if that is what you are into and that's what you want to watch. They're all super easy to binge, and usually they all lead into each other, so it's easy to find them as well. If you use any of these guys to bake or cook anything, please let me know. I would love to see what you do. I have only really made things from Preppy Kitchen because he's the one I found first, and he's the one that kind of got me motivated to up my baking game. So I use his cookie recipes and his cake recipes and icing recipes, but I do plan on experimenting with the other people's recipes, like Bigger Bolder Baking. I'm going to make one of her mug cakes. John Kirkwood's brioche I plan on making as well. So let me know what you make or what you're going to be snacking on while we're self-isolating. All right, thanks.